Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday, Music Night. Music Night Tuesday. Yay! Brian, we're back.
Yes, sir. We are back.
Back again.
With the Billboard charts of 2004 and beyond.
And beyond. I like almost the and beyond.
Yes.
I mean, there was some highlights. There's some good stuff there. Don't get me wrong, but the and beyond is
the and beyond is I love the and beyond. But now what have we've renamed the show the charts of the year plus the songs that Brian liked to no one ever heard or whatever we called it last week.
Yeah.
Got some of those for you too. Hope you enjoy those.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just had to shut up. I had the one chat was all of a sudden the YouTube was up. Let's grab let's get those video players. For those of you watching, we're going to be streaming on YouTube and on Facebook Live tonight, so you can check us out. If you go to YouTube, you can go to discjockeynews.com/live. That takes you out to the YouTube one. If you want to watch it there, if you want to watch it on Facebook, you can do that too.
Good idea.
Whichever one works the best for you, because we're going to try to follow both chats tonight.
I see Robin. I want to give a shout out to somebody who may or may not be in the room right now or watching. Somebody who I think is a really cool guy, and he always supports Howie Darkstar. What a nice guy. I don't know if you've seen this man on your radar. Just a shout out to Howie Darkstar. Thank you for watching and all your support. And then now I'll give a shout out to Nadine because thank you for watching. Diva like that. He likes shout outs. So
yeah, cool. There we go. I've got the players are open.
Excellent.
Yay. They are all up and running here. So before we go too far, gang, we're going to share our sponsors for tonight, and then we'll be back here. We're going to get the links shared and such on our social media. So we'll be back to you in just a moment.
The PB Dark Manor Series Power Enclosures deliver best-in-class performance with custom settings for specific environments. The Dark Matter enclosures produce crystal clear, professional audio. PB Electronics, perfection in music and audio. Quality Kids Entertainment is sought after by parents and daycare centers everywhere. Bubble parties can easily be added to your existing services as a wonderful and unique event. Mention you saw this ad and get 10% off our special offer if you sign up before April 30th. So contact Bubble Parties today before this offer gets away. DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool. The LD Systems Curve 500 is the world's first truly portable array system. With 2400 watts of peak power and a 120-degree array, the Curve 500 is the ideal solution for DJs who care about their sound and presentation. Learn how to make money while you sleep with automated email marketing for your event or business. Get access to the training for free by going to profit911.biz/DJN. Profit 911. More customers, more cash, less stress.
All right, we are back. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. If you're not watching, where the hell are you?
Where are you?
I mean, gosh, we've been here waiting for you.
Come to me.
We'll wait a couple more minutes, but that's it. No, we got to get going. We got to get going. There we go. We've got some folks. I'm putting in the chat room right now on YouTube. So if you're Facebooking, I'm sorry, go to discjockeynews.com/live and you'll find the show tonight, because that's where I just put the link of the top 100 we're going to be looking through and talking about tonight. And again, I'll be bouncing back and forth between the two so I can follow the Facebook. Brian, we're going to zip through the top 100 because, well, we've talked about some of them already, and well,
some of them we haven't though. There's some fresh stuff here.
There's some fresh stuff, so we're going to definitely get through and highlight what we think will work for you to have in your library and for your dance floor. So, let's just start it right off. We are starting from 100 to 91. What jumps out at you in that arena?
Happy People, R. Kelly. That's another one of those stepping songs. Mm-hmm. It's not your primary stepping song. Your primary one, like we talked about last week, was Step in the Name of Love. But Happy People is on that same album. That was R. Kelly's stepping album. Mm-hmm. That one's going to work really well for you. Very,
very, very nice. I did not know that. Again, that was a song I've never played. We mentioned last week Black Eyed Peas' Hey Mama, which had its time. The one song that had, I like it when we talk about the ones that had like the 30 seconds of popularity, and then one right below that at 96 with Nelly and Tim McGraw, Over and Over.
Yes.
I think it was one that they tried to make it so that it was like going to be popular with the rap type fans or the hip hop fan, what have you. And then they wanted to pull the country people over and try to make them so they could all get together in one room and have a good time. It didn't.
Well, it did really well on the adult contemporary charts.
It
was
did.
a popular song
for about so long, and then it just. I mean, that one I haven't heard. There's many on this list I have people request off and on. That's not one of them. Even though at that moment in time, it was really, really quite popular.
It's bar music.
That's about the
really.
extent.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
It's bar music. However, the one just above that on 97, Gretchen Wilson's "Redneck Woman." I've played that a lot.
Oh,
People
yeah, that
like that tune.
Yeah, that definitely was a hot tune, and I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see it in the next week's charts, even a little bit higher.
Maybe,
because
I'm not sure when it was released in 2004.
Yeah, because that
You're a resident country hee haw.
Yeah, well, that was released. I think the Redneck Woman was first, and Here for the Party was second, I believe.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah, exactly, and that was released in 2004.
Was that the same album?
I think so. I believe so.
Okay.
But Here for the Party was, of course, it's kind of my go-to when it comes to. But if you're playing in a bar that has a bunch of young ladies who want to go out and go yee-haw and kick up their boots and wear their short shorts, they like Redneck Woman better than Here for the Party.
Right. But either one does well. I've done well with both of those songs.
Very much so. Very much so. They both will get your crowd going. Let's see. Is there anything else in there?
Not that I'm saying.
Not that I really got would have too much with that. So let's jump up to 90 through 81. Toby Keith, American Soldier, still gets requested at times just because of the name and the meaning of the song. I have people requesting that. Toby Keith, obviously country. American Soldier, they're after, I think it's kind of one of those things, they're almost after if you would, as an example, if you would write a song and you would call it I Love You Mama, that would probably be used for first dance, even though in the song you talked about how much you and your mom used to shoot up drugs. That could be the song. And because of the title, people would pick it for their mother son dance.
Because it says mama in it.
It says mama in it. I love you, mama.
My daughter has brown eyes. I want to hear brown eyed girl.
Exactly. You don't care what the lyrics are. So I think there's a lot of people who are picking, not that the lyrics are bad in American Soldier. It's just, I think a lot of people want to hear that too. Let's honor our veterans by playing, there was a song called,
Right. The bleeding red, white, and blue patriots. They like that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
And that's fine. We play for them.
Exactly. So let's see.
Let's get it started. Black Eyed Peas. Bam, number 88.
Yeah.
That one you can still totally play.
It should be in this particular situation. We went up much higher in the charts. I believe it's going to show up again next year, if I'm not mistaken. I think this was a mid. Was it mid? I thought it was like in the middle of the year when Black Eyed Peas came out, because that fall at high school dances, it was just crazy.
It's really hard to say. I mean, like last week, or in 2000, last week we were looking at Hey Ya.
Yeah.
That hadn't charted, and it charts this year.
Yep.
But it hadn't charted at all, and it came out in like August.
Yeah, exactly. It was mid-year when it came out.
So you never know.
You just can't tell what's going to happen here. Okay, I'm just bouncing back between the chat boards and things. Holiday Inn, I remember that being something that the kids wanted to dance, or they wanted to be at teen dances for a period of time, just because I think that it was Snoop, and they thought it was it was skanky, and they wanted to play it. Yeah.
Remember When, the Alan Jackson song? That's a really nice one for the anniversary dance.
Yep, at 82, that was a great song.
In some cases, I mean, through the years, Kenny Rogers was the big one for that anniversary dance, or whatever you call it, when you have the couples on the floor and. Basically the way I arrange that, I don't know, I'm sure everybody here does some version of it. I'll have all the married couples come on the dance floor, including the bride and groom who just got married. And I'll say, okay, I'm going to explain the rules. You're just going to have to catch on. It's real simple. I'm going to call out things and just follow my orders. So as soon as I start the song and I say, anybody who's been married for less than 6 hours, please leave the dance floor. And it's funny. And the bride and groom walk off right away. Then I do 1 year, 2 years, and on and on. But yeah, through the years, Kenny Rogers was very appropriate for that. But Remember When, Alan Jackson is perfect for that too.
I think so. Yeah, definitely. Right above that is Tim McGraw with "Live Like You're Dying," a slow song from Tim McGraw. Kind of a neat song. I think it's both "Remember When" and "Live Like You're Dying" I think are pretty emotional songs.
Country typically is.
Yeah, but I mean, there's Redneck Woman is pretty.
Redneck Woman.
Yeah, Redneck Woman's really
party. Those are the exceptions, but
but
traditional country. Yeah, I'm in jail. It's heavy. It's always heavy.
My dog died. My truck's got flat tires.
Murk, soldier
blocks. Yeah,
Murk.
But yeah, it was a decent song, and I have had instances where people have wanted to hear that, and it is a good song. Just don't listen to the words. Okay, 80 through 71.
Oh boy, Step in the Name of Love. There you go. We talked about that last week at number 78. Are You Gonna Be My Girl? Jet was pretty cool for a minute.
Yep. We talked. That was made last year's charts to last week.
Did it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I think it did. Maybe anyway. No, I think it was one of them that was released last year. Yeah, there we go. It was released in 2003 and it charted in 2004. That was what it was.
And Drop It Like It's Hot, Snoop Dogg and Pharrell.
Yep, exactly. At 71. That was that one still has some legs at the right type of events, even today. Okay, so that is about it. There's just not much there.
Okay.
But 70 through 61.
Okay, I see a strong one at 70.
70 with Get Low from Lil Jon and East Side Boys.
Lil Jon, sorry.
No
T in there at all.
Lil Jon.
White boy. Lil Jon.
Sorry, I'm just so white and Minnesotan.
And the East Side Boys. Featuring Ying Yang Twins, like you needed to know that too.
Yeah, you want the whole thing. We want to make sure that they all get their credit. Otherwise, there's going to be like rules and regulations and people slap us. Baby Boy from Beyonce had a little bit of time. Mm-hmm. Had a little bit of time out there and did some things with that. So that was kind of a cool song. Let's see. Anything?
No. That's all I've got.
Kanye's there. I mean, I'm sure that there had to have been something awesome with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so we've done that.
Moving right along. Yeah. We're just picking the good ones here.
Yeah, just exactly. There's a lot of stuff here, and there's probably a lot of, there could be some personal favorites that we're skipping. We're not meaning to offend anyone. Well, actually, we really are trying to offend people. But,
I am.
If we
John doesn't try to offend anyone. I do.
If we do offend you, sucks to be you. So
I go out of my way to offend people.
Yeah, he's trying to clean
on Facebook.
He's trying to clean his Facebook list off. What are you doing today? Oh, I'm cleaning some Facebook.
I'm just trying to piss everybody off.
Trying to clean some rabble off my Facebook.
Yeah. It kind of eliminates people pretty fast. I'm already on 60 through 51 here.
Yep.
And geez, I don't know, man. Roses didn't do much.
Roses was about the only one that it didn't do much, but I have had people ask for that specific track.
Yeah.
And it's one of those that I think it was a hit with some people. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't a hit. It wasn't a real. But then it's kind of that flashback thing. Does that make? I don't know.
I think Roses did better in Europe than it did here for some reason.
That's true. I did see it. It was higher there. So definitely one. If you're not familiar with it, check it out. Roses from Outkast there.
Yes.
There we are.
Well, we're knocking them down quick this week.
Yeah, exactly. I just. Nothing.
I got nothing.
There is nothing. 50 through 41.
I'm seeing 49, Salt Shaker Ying Yang Twins featuring Lil Jon and
Lil Jon, yeah.
Lil Jon.
And this is, the Ying Yang Twins featuring Lil Jon and East Side Boys is so much different than
you said that perfect.
Lil Jon and the East Side Boys featuring Ying Yang. I mean, it's completely different.
Right.
I mean, you can't even tell that they're the same singers with that.
It's amazing. So such unique vocal skills they have.
Yeah, exactly. Just diversity. We mentioned a little bit Britney Spears' "Toxic" last week. It came out last year, charted in 2004.
People ask for it. I mean, even still, sometimes they do ask for it.
Another Kanye, because you can't just get enough of that youngster.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
He is. He's a talent.
41, Milkshake Kelis. We did that last week.
Talked about that. Yep, it was released last year, 2003, and otherwise there's just not a lot happening.
That's what I've got.
Not a lot there.
That's what I've got.
Okay, so we're up to 40 through 31.
Yes. People are like, "Wow, this is like the speed edition of this."
Oh yeah,
like the lightning round.
Gang, we're just going to get through because there's not a lot to talk about. And there's other things that we'll be talking about that would make more sense. So I'm not going to bore you and try to fill things in and make it sound interesting. Ashley.
I really enjoyed number 38.
No doubt. Yep, It's My Life.
It's My Life, no doubt. That is a remake of a song by Talk Talk that came out in 82, 83.
Yep, we talked. Yep.
And this is the version that I feel like was better than the original. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it. Thought they did a nice job with that. And Heaven, Los Lonely Boys.
Yes,
That's a nice song.
It is. It's a great song. There was 2 versions that came out. Los Lonely Boys had one, and who had the other one? It was I believe it was a Christian singer.
Oh, yeah?
And it went mainstream, and they were both being played on the radio at the same time in our market on the Top 40 station. And it was kind of a flashback to in the 50s where you would have a song that was hitting the charts with 3 different people at the same time. I was looking back because of studying for the 1955 little video I put together. There were times where you had the same song in the top 10 that week. There were 3 versions of it.
Sure. Yeah, they did that a lot. You had a couple of writers, and they sold to whoever, and they recorded and released.
Yeah.
They weren't exclusives. And that happened a lot. Around the late 90s, early 2000s, where you'd have like one artist do a country, or even in the early 90s, one artist would do the country version, another artist would do the top 40 version.
Yep.
What was that one? All for One, I Swear.
Yes.
And then who was the country version of that? That was like
John Michael Montgomery did the country version, and yeah.
Is that 93, 94?
Somewhere in that
like
ballpark.
That.
They were really close, and there was
But they were the same year, and it was the same song. It was just they went to the song warehouse and bought the same song.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It was on sale at Target. Yay!
But the Los Lonely Boys version of this song, though, I've talked about we get kicked out of Facebook Live.
I think it's still going. I still see us.
Oh, okay. Well, he must have just gotten kicked out of it. It qualifies as that roots rock thing. Like we talked about the Bob Seger, the Leonard Skinner, the Kid Rock, the roots rock, it's rock with blues and country influences. And the Los Lonely Boys qualifies for that. Sheryl Crow, all that stuff. Anything crow, black crows, cunning crows, any crows.
Any crows.
They're all the same thing. Yeah.
Crow's feet. It's all there.
Yeah, right.
It's all there.
Crowbar.
Okay.
Crow Magnum. White Flag Dido was a cool tune.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't had that requested in a long time, but once in a while, that was a ballad people wanted to slow dance.
Interesting. I remember the tune, but I don't think I've ever had it requested.
I Won't Go Down with the Ship. Of course, I always misunderstood that song lyric for something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Duh. Which makes it kind of a funny song when you think
it makes it much better about that.
And that's all I've got for 40 through 31.
Okay, let's jump up to 30 through 21. Let's see. Sheryl Crow with First Cut is the deepest. had a few moments in the bar scene, but that was about it.
That's all I've got.
There's not much. We got a Jay-Z song that was and there's
every Jay-Z song is yeah,
exactly. Unless it inspires a Beyonce 1 hour long music video. Right. But that's another story.
Yeah, I want to talk about that later because I got something to say.
Okay, 20 through 11. There's a couple in here we've already talked about. Evanescence, My Immortal, we talked about a little bit last week. Very good song. Yeah. It's kind of a slower song, a little bit haunting. Nickelback, Someday. Still waiting for that one to be, waiting for someday when that becomes a good song. But it's there. Three Doors Down, Here Without You. The P.D. Pablo, I don't know if we talked about that. Freak a Leak, did we?
It was there for a minute. It was a blip and it went away for me. I don't know if that would be a flashback tune, a strong flashback tune or not.
I would question that too.
I don't believe it would be.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't go back to it, but it was, as you said, a blip.
Right.
Let's see. Jaquan at 11 with Tipsy. That one we got a little bit of play of. Would I play it today? Probably not.
Yeah,
but
a lot of staying power on that one.
It had its moment.
Jeez, folks, we are 20 minutes in, and we're down to the top 10.
Boy, we're gonna have time to
2004. We have time to burn.
We're gonna be talking about everything. So, how's that new puppy doing? Okay, 10. Terror Squad. Lean Back. It had its moment, and it is a good, I would say, throwback.
Very good throwback tune for that right crowd.
Mm-hmm. And
we might go a little heavier than the norm. You're in the club, whatever. This is your track.
Yeah, definitely give you some traction there. Let's see. Jumping up to 8, we mentioned Outkast. Hey Yeah, it is, because that again had such a weird start to its. It should have hit later, I would think, in 2013 or 2003.
It should have been on the charts because, man, I couldn't go anywhere and not hear that tune. It's kind of like Daft Punk's One More Time didn't hit the Hot 100 either.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was on 2 different continents that year, and I couldn't escape the song. It was everywhere, just like Hey Ya was. But I don't know. Sales didn't kick off until 2004, I guess, for whatever reason. And it was just huge, absolutely huge.
At number 6, Hoobastank with The Reason. Not a real great song for playing, but it had its time, and there are times you got people who want to hear that as they're getting drunk or stoned at your events, which is always a really popular thing to do. So we like that.
Of course.
Let's go back to another Outkast.
Yes.
The Way You Move.
Now, this is an interesting song. The chorus in this tune is gorgeous. Unfortunately, and it's got a Latin feel to it. Mm-hmm. It's really nice. The rest of the song is pretty damn lame. The verses are really weak. I mean, do you hear what I'm saying on that one?
Yep.
If it would have been a consistently good song all the way through, it would have been a much bigger hit.
Mm-hmm.
If you could just like loop the chorus and the B section over and over again, you're fine. But just Big Boy rapping to a really low bass boom, really slowly, real slow bass boom, it just didn't do anything for anybody. In fact, they didn't even know what you were playing until it hit the chorus. They'd all left the dance floor already. Then they hear, I like the way, ooh, I like this one.
And then, yeah, exactly.
He switched it. Nope, same song. Just hard to recognize otherwise. I don't know. It's a weird one, but I like the tune. It's just unfortunate that Big Boy put it together like that.
Mm-hmm.
André 3000 did a much better job with putting tunes together on that Speaker Box Love Below combo.
Yeah, it was. I was surprised it was this high in the charts, really, myself. But.
People liked it, but they only liked the chorus.
Yep.
It's weird.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the times you mix in.
Beautiful. And the B section was good. That stupid rapping in the verses killed it. It really did.
Man, that's what we thought were so awesome. Let's see. Let's continue on. Maroon 5 with This Love had its time.
Hot. You can still play that tune.
And then, I would
for that crowd.
Mm-hmm.
That crowd, because Maroon 5 is still hot. That's like the first big one, but I can still get away with that one once in a while. Yep. It's not my go-to, but you can do it.
And then Alicia Keys is there, and then the top 2 spots are owned by Usher. One in which I would agree with. The second one,
no,
I don't think I've ever played. I know of Usher's Burn. Yeah. It wasn't a song that really made my playlist, but at number 1 was which is still
Hey Ya, yeah, they're all kind of funny.
This is still a high school still requesting
almost.
Yeah,
it's the new old time rock and roll.
Yeah, very much so.
Let's play it.
Yeah, very much so. So it's still so.
Yeah,
so in this,
Jason Cathcart mentions that it's Sleepy Brown on the chorus of "I Like the Way You Move," who has a wonderful voice.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's Big Boy doing the really lame rap in the verses, unfortunately. So we need remixers for it. We'll talk about that in the next segment.
And then we'll get there. So cool.
So that wraps the charts for me.
That wraps them up there. That is quick and.
But here's the thing, John. I was thinking about this today. Most people, they're doing like, I don't know, a solid 4 hours of dance music.
Mm-hmm.
we're just going through 1 year here. If we can find 2 songs every year, I mean, and you go back 30 years, that's 60 songs. There's your 4 hours.
Yeah, for sure.
So big deal.
Oh, exactly.
This particular list, although we kind of buzzed through it really fast, there were a nice handful of tunes in this list.
Yep, very much so.
We had almost 10, and they're solid, and you can definitely use them. So although it may seem like it was a weak year for staying power on our dance floors, it was actually pretty strong when you look at the big picture. So
yeah, for sure. Okay, let's get to a Beyonce rant coming up. Oh, let's talk Beyonce then before we'll go to our favorites. As long as I
won't take long on this. I promise. Well, okay. First of all, I didn't watch her Lemonade stand thing on HBO, Lemonade, whatever. I didn't watch it, okay? Blanca watched it, and she was like, eh. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening, but there's like Beyonce fans. They call them Bay something or other.
Yeah.
What do they call them? The Beyonce fans? Somebody will
give this the actual name to it.
Whatever. Anyway, there's the Beyonce fans. I'm reading this MSN headline that just says that there was this Twitter outrage, or Twitter exploded because of this Beyonce video. And it was interesting. Glenn from Promo Only, he made a post on Facebook. He said, yeah, I read that there was a Twitter outburst and a huge social media outburst about this. Like it almost blew up Twitter about this Beyonce video. Did anybody hear anything about this on social media? And no one had. Like, no. I've got like right at the limit of how many people I can have on my Facebook thing, like almost 5,000. Plus, I've got my fan page, which is 4,200, and I've got people following me, and I can follow people. I didn't see one person say anything about this. What? It was just like the dark web it was exploding on, because it wasn't on my web.
It wasn't on mine.
Beyonce fans. And the other thing I wanted to say, yeah.
Jason has it there.
Beehive. Yeah. Beehive. Yeah. Who are these people? They don't exist. They're fake. They don't exist anywhere. Beehive. Thank you. The other thing is, I heard part of this song, okay? And I'm thinking to myself, any other time that Beyonce and Jay-Z want to pull off this substandard wow stuff, hey, it's not great, but we did it. We got a video for it, so wow. They could pull this off any other time in the last 15 years, except for the week that Prince dies. Because on that week, there are people in this Beehive who are 20 years old, 25 years old. They're hearing the really good Prince stuff, sometimes for the first time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very much so.
My daughter, her boyfriend, apparently he really likes Prince. And my daughter's like, yeah, I don't really like it. And she calls me this week and she says, Dad, I didn't think I liked Prince, but all the stuff that my boyfriend plays is like the new stuff. And I thought it was kind of like whatever. And I heard Bat Dance, and I heard Kiss, and I heard Let's Go Crazy. And she's going through all these things like, wow, this is really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people out there hearing this stuff for the very first time. And they're being introduced to musicianship because they're seeing it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
They're hearing people like Eddie Vedder and Eric Clapton and everybody else, and Bruce Springsteen, and the cat from Pink Floyd.
There's so many. You've got.
They're honoring him.
Yeah, all the different artists and such, and we get to see a lot of
Eddie Vedder's like Pearl Jam. He's rock and roll, and he's like, look, say what you will about him, but the man was a monster guitar player, best guitar player ever of all time. It's like everybody feels comfortable with saying that now because he's dead. They're not going to inflate his ego so they can say it now. Everyone's saying it. No one has ever played guitar as good as this man. In fact, no one's played anything as good as this man.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go off on a Prince rant. I'm just saying that if you're going to pull off this substandard crap and push it off as amazing, this is probably the worst week you could do that.
I would definitely agree, because it took until that was released Saturday, I believe is when it was released.
Yeah.
The Beyonce thing. And I think I was barely hearing about it yesterday.
Right.
So if it was supposed to make a big splash, it didn't hit our radar Saturday. It didn't hit our radar Sunday. And it only hit yesterday. Why did I see it yesterday? It's because somebody was offended at the video or something.
Everybody's offended.
Oh, no, everything. It was Colbert last night. He was going to explain it, have a white guy explaining the Lemonade video.
Yeah.
Which, really worked. Yeah. And I don't watch Colbert. It just happened to have, it was on.
It's amazing.
Prior to that, it wasn't on my radar at all.
And I'll go off on this for a minute, and then I promise I'll stop. But it was amazing. It's amazing to me. Like, and I made a post about this on Facebook today too, and it got a lot of attention. A lot of people liked it. But, here's the thing with Prince stuff. And I was pretty upset when this happened. It took me a couple of days to kind of absorb it, and I can enjoy listening to the stuff now, and I'm cool. But, I hadn't heard a lot of this stuff or paid much attention to it since the baby mama and I split up. And I've referred to the years with the baby mama as the dark ages. Those were bad times. And when we split up, I started listening to a lot of the stuff we've been talking about the last couple of weeks, all this European stuff and different music, more electronic music, more dance music, more one-hit wonders from Europe and things like that. And I really enjoyed it. But then I go back and I listen to this Prince stuff that I really kind of tuned out.
Yeah.
And I'm remembering way back. I'm remembering even before her, maybe in my teens, my early 20s, going out to a club. And I'm remembering everybody was there. The rocker dude was there. The black dude was there. The goth kid was there. The club kid was there. Everyone was at the same club. All colors, all races, sizes, shapes, and even ages sometimes. And we all just kind of got along and jammed tunes and hung out. And Prince was that guy. Was he black? Was he white? Was he straight? Was he gay? It doesn't matter, because he's Prince and he's doing his thing and everybody respects him. Who is like that now? Who's bringing people together like that? I don't got anybody.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody like that. I can't think of anybody like that. Today, it's like everything's very separated. Oh, this is black, or you're too white to do this, or you can't do that. You can't rap, or I don't know. It's a shame. It almost seems like they've gone backwards. Progress has gone backwards.
Yeah, I've heard that one actually a few times here in the last probably 3 or 4 months, and it's not specifically just with the current election cycle and such. There's just a lot of things.
My parents are like I guess they're not the great generation. They're the ones between the great generation and the baby boomers, whoever they are. Too young to go to war. Part of the great generation, I guess.
Yeah, it'd be part of that. Yeah.
30s, they looked at the things that I did and the things that my brothers and sisters did and the things that they saw on television. They saw those things as shocking. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're listening to that. I can't believe they're showing that on television. I can't believe it. That was their attitude. My attitude when I see my kid do stuff or hear things, I'm like, God, this is so boring. I'm not shocked at all. I'm bored out of my mind. Would they please do something interesting? It's a really weird dynamic. It's like I feel like I'm the first generation to look at the kids and say, you guys are boring. I'm just bored with everything that you do. You're not interesting. You're boring. You're not individuals. All right. I'm done. I told you I'd be done.
Because that's all we see of them. It's like, quit it. Put that down.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Don't do that.
What's your day like?
It's boring. It's my Generation X is very bored with the millennials and everything they're about. It's not a matter of being upset or appalled or bored. And I don't think that's ever happened before in history.
Yeah, probably not.
Ever.
But yeah, that's a good observation.
That's my scattered random thought commentary there for you. I sounded like Jonathan Lewis, the DJ tutor there for a minute. I apologize. Squirrel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. We've got some.
I got a few
additional picks. Now I went through and I again pulled some songs out that were released in 2004, which are probably going to chart next week. Some will, some won't. So we'll go through and we know a few of them will, but I think I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 15, 16.
Okay, I got about the same.
So first one I'll start with, you've already mentioned the Gretchen Wilson, Here for the Party, which again came out about mid-year in 2004. And it would be my Gretchen Wilson, my go-to if I want to have a mixed dance crowd. If I want to have just gals out there dancing, then we would go to her Redneck Woman.
Sure.
But Redneck Woman doesn't work too well with guys too often. Unlike Man, I Feel Like a Woman, which will work with both guys and gals.
It seems to. I mean, it's strong for girls. It's the girl power thing.
But yeah, Redneck Woman, not so much a guy.
Have you ever noticed there aren't too many songs talking about it's cool to be a man that men dance to?
No.
Or enjoy? Or even there's songs like that are hardly ever written. If they are, they're tongue-in-cheek. Like Boys Keep Swinging by Bowie.
Yeah, it's just not too much. Unless you count some of the Johnny Cash things as...
Right. Or James Brown, It's a Man's World, but it's still about women.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just an observation.
More political observation of our world.
Good tune. Good tune, though.
Okay, what do you got?
Oh, boy. This is, again, another week of songs that you've never heard of that Brian likes. This is by Angel City, featuring Lara McAllen. The tune is called Love Me Right. And what it is, it's almost a remix of Ready for the World's Oh Sheila. And it's kind of fun. It's a dance tune, Europe only, but it's kind of a fun song. So I thought I'd go ahead and talk about it because I had to talk about something. So there's one. There's one for you.
And what was it? Who sang that one?
Angel City, featuring Lara McAllen. Probably just Angel City. And again, the track's called Love Me Right.
Yeah, I don't even see it. Doesn't even show up on iTunes.
I'll probably have a couple like that.
Yeah, you're digging
dig for these tunes that I'm talking about.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, Macho Man. Yeah, Macho Man. There you
go. Let's see. So a weird song that came out in 2004 that actually was released on a couple of our music services was from Will Ferrell from the movie Anchorman. The song is Afternoon Delight.
Oh, his version of it? That's great.
They released it. I was going through it. I was looking and I had made a note on that from your. It's like, why would they have? But yeah, that was. They
release some weird things on promos sometimes. Yeah. Do you remember when? Oh boy, what was it? Something About Mary came out, and "Build Me Up Buttercup" was the big song. Well, they had the song "Build Me Up Buttercup," but then it had all these like little. Every time there was a break in the singing,
something from the movie,
they put a movie clip audio in, and it was like, who's going to use this?
Yeah, I did once by mistake.
Oh, was that hair gel or just dumb stuff? It's like
so for like the song had "Build Me Up Buttercup" has legs, and it's one that you can play, but that made it so it took it down to it's like 23.5 seconds right there. Yeah, it could work.
You just have to go get another version of it because no one wants to hear this crap.
Yeah, it's like, oh no. I was so disappointed because I was so excited to get that song because I didn't have a good, clean...
Right. I didn't either. I thought, oh, it's a cool, good version of it. Yeah. And I played it. Like, I didn't even listen to it. I just played it. I'm like really embarrassed when like you're talking.
That was exactly... I did the same thing. It's like, oh man, what the... well, first off, I'm wondering if I...
under the bus,
I thought I had a mic channel open. Because it's like, you hear the voice and you're like, oh, there's the mic must be on. Who's got my mic? Oh, wait, no, I have my mic.
Oh, it's a dumb version of the song.
Stupid version.
It's Ben Stiller.
Oh. Okay, so that's my weird. Oh, no, I got more weird ones than that. So.
I got, mine's all weird. Next up, this one's might be hard to find, but I like it. It's a good song. It turned up on an Armani Exchange compilation that I got. I actually bought it. I think I bought it at Union Square's Virgin Megastore. I was down in New York City. And this is Murk, who does a lot of house stuff. But this is Time, the French house mix. It's very specific. It's got to be the French house mix of this track by Murk. It's a nice, bouncy French house song. And I like French house. Daft Punk is French house.
Okay.
So it's that same sort of spirit. It's bouncy and happy. It's a cool tune. And once again, Murk with Time, the French house mix.
There it is. On of course, our friend YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the version
Let's see. Released in 2014. That ended up getting a lot of or 2004. God, goodness gracious, I'm all over the place here today. Then 13 and 03 and Kelly Clarkson had her first. I would call it she released her first upbeat song since you've been gone in 2004. That was a lot. Got a lot of legs for us for a number of years.
That's probably going to turn up next year, don't you think?
Next year, yep, it's going to be charted next year. But I wanted to mention it this year as a release in 2000. And again, I think it was a late summer release in 2000.
Okay. So so it was getting play and stuff.
Yeah,
that happens sometimes.
It does.
Murk is spelled M-U-R-K for Jason, who's asking.
Yeah,
it's Murk, but M-U-R-K. Okay, let's see here. It's my turn.
Jason was thinking Mercury Motors. He must be thinking fishing
Murk,
season.
Crazy about a Mercury. No,
yeah, well, that's a Mercury car.
Mercury Blues, is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think it was.
This one is by Michael Gray. It's called The Weekend. This is a nice song. I can't believe that it didn't do anything on this side of the pond because it's a really nice song. Top 40 upbeat, dancey kind of song. Cool tune. Once again, that's The Weekend by Michael Gray.
Rascal Flatts from the countryside. Bless the Broken Road was released in 2004. Yes.
Ooh, good tune.
Which came out next. We're going to talk about it again next week, but it was released in 2004.
That's a very popular song amongst second marriage people.
Oh yeah.
For the first dance.
Yeah, that would be because all the different things in life, and they took them that direction. I got you.
I've done that one several times. I might not even know right away that it's the second marriage, but as soon as they ask for that tune, I start putting two and two together. They both got kids. It's like, okay, this is what they're talking about. Yeah, we had this thing and it didn't work out, but bless the broken road, we're together. Because if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be together. So.
Yeah.
See, been a real popular one for that, for first dances.
And I would think, Jimmy Buffett's Why Don't We Get Drunk and would be just about up there
right
at the same level. Different event.
different event. Yeah, Jason's playing that one a lot too.
Nice. Okay, what do you got?
No, it's my turn.
Yep.
Oh, this one's a weird one, and I thought it was really good. Again, got nothing over here. Kelis and André 3000 got together and did a tune called Millionaire.
I remember that.
A really neat tune.
I do remember that one.
You remember that one? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did nothing, but I thought it was such a cool song. For some reason, it just didn't get promoted heavily over here. Maybe it was because it was the Kelis thing and not the André 3000. He was there as a guest on the cut. I think it was on the Kelis album. Same one that had Milkshake on it. I thought it was a really, really good tune. I'm surprised it didn't do much.
Yeah, I don't. Gosh, I can't even. I remember it just because it came out and we were still doing a lot of the bar things at the time, and we were hoping for another track from her.
Chris is asking if there's a list he can follow right now. No, we are off the top 100. Once this program or this show, what do we call this?
Yeah.
Once whatever it is,
whatever we're done.
This is up on YouTube recorded. We'll paste our lists in the description of the video, so you can go to YouTube and you can read all of our suggestions we're talking about on this kind of bonus list.
And these are shorter lists than we've had last few weeks, so they should all be able to fit on YouTube tonight.
Yes.
So we'll get those up. Okay. Now, I don't know if I'm going to say this right. The song is called Scandalous, and it was Miss Teague, MIS-TEEG.
Yeah.
And I don't expect us to see this one next week. It was released in 2004. It might hit the charts. I doubt it.
It was a British hit.
But it was a solid song that you could use in a dance set.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't played that one or you haven't heard that one, definitely check it out, because that was one that I didn't see hits anywhere in my time, but it was one that we really liked, and we could use it in different situations well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. This one I like. I have played it in clubs before, and if you ever get the right audience, you can totally throw this tune on. I think this is, if I remember right, this is included in the sample database, like standard sample database of Virtual DJ, or it used to be. And that is Danzel with Pump It Up. Remember that one?
Maybe.
Danzel. Danzel with Pump It Up. You know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. It's a cool song. And it's totally usable. People still like it. So that's up on my list.
Cool. Let's see. Trick Daddy, released in 2004. The song Sugar. Give me some. Again, a little bit slower song, not a slow, but it's more of a, I suppose it would be kind of a grinding song, is where you put it at. But it definitely had some legs, and I think it could be used in appropriate times. And I say appropriate, but at times where you don't want to have you want to bring the audience down to send them to go get a drink, but you want something that's still cool, so the really hot person on the dance floor will still be out there dancing enough to keep to be entertaining the crowd. That song can do that.
Now, what was that Trick Daddy song where they sampled Boogie Shoes from Casey and the Sunshine Band?
What was that?
What was it called? Take It to the House? Or
yeah, something like that, I think it was.
Oddly enough, I was at a funeral about a week and a half ago, and that song was damn near on a loop. The guy who I knew who died, that was one of his favorite tunes. I just couldn't remember the name of it. It's Trick Daddy. I know it was Trick Daddy.
Yeah, Sugar was that.
It's got the that Casey and the Sunshine Band Boogie Shoes sample through the whole thing.
Yeah, Take It to the House in 2001. Okay.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, yeah,
that's when it came out. Cool. What do you got next?
What do I have next? This one is a great tune, but you can't play it because the sample has a really, really bad lyric in it. This is Mylo with Drop the Pressure. I don't know if you've ever heard this tune before. I like Mylo a lot. I talked about Mylo last week, I believe. Or maybe not. It doesn't matter. Anyway, no, Junior Jack I talked about last week. Mylo, he's kind of a Scottish guy. This is a really cool tune, and I like it a lot. It was huge over in Europe, and I wanted to play it so bad here. In fact, I got requests for it, and I could not play it just because there's no way to clean the song up. And there was another version of this song that came out a couple years later where it was a mashup. Mylo versus Miami Sound Machine with Dr. Pressure. They took Dr. Beat, if you ever heard that Miami Sound Machine song, and they sped it up really fast, and they mashed it up with Drop the Pressure, and it was better than Drop the Pressure, and it sold better than Drop the Pressure. Again, couldn't play it because there's just, I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but if you YouTube it and listen to it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about right away. You cannot clean the song up. You just can't do it. Or no one has done it, and I don't know how to do it clever, so I just haven't done it.
Okay. Next was a hokey little song that had a blip on the radar for a little while. It was really, really popular with kids wanting it, but you couldn't play it. And the song was called My Band from D12. It was released in, and I'm almost going to guarantee we won't see it next year. It was released in 2004.
Yeah.
But it's kind of it's kind of a funny song to listen to, and yeah, it's kind of a quirky little thing. So My Band from D12.
I think I've said it a couple times. Like Madonna hasn't done a good song since like 1999. That was the last time she did a good song. And that song that I like is Beautiful Stranger. But as I'm looking through my music, I'm going to take that back. Because there's a song that was the last Madonna song that I fell in love with, and it's a remix. Nothing Fails, I think it was on Music. And it's kind of a weak tune. It's a very weak song. And it was released as a single, didn't do much. But Peter Rauhofer got a hold of it, and he did the classic club mix of Nothing Fails by Madonna. It's amazing. It's a great song. I still just every once in a while get an urge to hear it to this day and just put it on and sit down here and listen to it. It's such a good tune. And it's totally clubbable. Like if you're doing dance clubs and things like that, and you got a crowd that likes Madonna, this is a really cool one that you can throw on.
I'll have to listen, check that mix out.
It's a nice, it's just cool. It's just once in a while there's like just a cool song. This song doesn't overdo anything. It's quite minimalistic actually, but it's just a really good remix.
Definitely have to check that out.
I threw that on my list of things.
Cool. John caught that My Band was on the 2004 charts. It was at number 59, and I missed it completely.
Yeah, blew right past it.
Sorry, man. I missed it. Okay. Released in 2004 was a song from Korn. I talked about it actually when we were talking about Cameo. The song Word Up from Korn came out in 2004.
Right.
I'm going to probably say that that's not going to hit the charts for next week's
Probably not. But, it's one of those tunes that you can just throw on the weird time.
A weird time when you're looking
with
for
the right
something.
Crowd.
And they'll be like, oh, that's not, I know the song, but who's singing it?
Or they say, oh, holy crap, this guy's got Korn's Word Up. He's so cool. One or the other.
One or the other, yeah. They're either throwing you the heck out or they'll.
Something. Okay. So, my next song, to my knowledge, never appeared on the U.S. charts. And I didn't start getting requests for it until about 5 or 6 years ago. And I don't know why. It's one of those songs that just kind of got picked out of thin air. Somebody in college played it, or maybe it was in a movie I didn't see. Probably a Seth Rogen film, because I don't watch those. But I can play this tune, and it's like playing Sandstorm for the right crowd. They just go absolutely crazy. It's Eric Prydz with Call on Me. Do you know the tune?
Good track.
It didn't come on my... People didn't start asking for it. I mean, I knew the tune because I was listening to it, back then. The video was girls working out, in spandex or whatever. But the song, nobody asked for it until all of a sudden, 5 or 6 years ago, all of a sudden, everyone wants to hear this tune.
Yes.
They're singing at the top of their lungs and going crazy.
That was is that the one where they're in a doing like a yoga class or something like that?
Yeah.
Yep.
The boombox, they press play, and if you don't know the tune, it's basically the sample is Steve Winwood's Valerie, like from the 80s. It's like this one of his last hits. So it's very mom rock, is what I call it.
Except the video is not so mom rock, unless you like looking.
No,
at how
I'm talking about
that
Steve
would be
Winwood
the video
song.
Yeah,
the original Steve Winwood song.
Yeah.
Valerie was not even a strong Steve Winwood song from the 80s.
No,
but it was mom rock. It was a song that mom would listen to on the mom station, which is like adult contemporary.
Yep.
Or my mom anyway. Your mom was probably listening to the country station, but my mom was listening.
No, my mom was
the Mariah Carey, Elton John station.
Yeah,
Michael Bolton, Gloria Estefan, Miami Sound Machine station. But this mix is fun. There's nothing in it you have to worry about unless you play the video to high school. Maybe you got to worry about that.
Exactly. That video won't go over in high school. Well, it would go over with teenage boys.
Do you have any idea why that all of a sudden just popped up?
No idea. If anybody knows on that one, that would be interesting to know why that did, because it was, I experienced the same thing. It was like it's like, yeah, I remember the song, but then when I started getting requests for it, then I went, oh, hey, there's a music video for it, because I always like to have the music videos. Well, right. I can't play. I did play the music video in the bar a few times because there it's possible, but yeah. Right.
It's kind of like Toto's Africa. All of a sudden, 5 years ago, everybody wants to hear Toto's Africa.
Yep. Exactly.
It's like, where did this come from? Yeah. What Seth Rogen film did I not watch
that had it in there?
Playing the song in it.
I'm sure it's got to be in one of those.
And it's not true. I watch Seth Rogen films. I did.
It's not.
And I watch Seth MacFarlane films too. But I watch less Seth Rogen films than Seth MacFarlane. There's so many Seths, I get confused. I think this is a Seth Meyers, too. He does a talk show or something.
Yeah, they did it that one time.
Whole lot of Seths and a whole lot of Jimmys.
Okay, let's see. 2004, Green Day came out with American Idiot. There's only a couple of Green Day songs that I would kind of lean towards, and I suppose for upbeat, this would be about it.
My daughter's a big fan of that one.
Yeah.
But she prefers the Richard Cheese version of that song.
Which we've talked about Richard a couple of weeks ago.
Right. She thinks that's hilarious. It's a good tune, though.
Yep, good tune. I would think we're probably going to see that on the charts. I don't think we saw it this week, but I would think it's going to be next week because it had a ton of airplay. It was all over at that time.
Yeah. So next up, I have a tune by Junior Jack, and it's called Stupidisco. One word, Stupidisco. And it's a sample from a song called Dare Me by the Pointer Sisters. And which was a Nile Rodgers, Bernard Edwards production early. I think it was off the Breakout album with Automatic and Neutron Dance and all those Pointer Sister songs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a cool tune. It was a pretty popular club tune, and it got some good play in the clubs. I played it in the clubs. Once again, that's Junior Jack with Stupidisco.
Gotcha. And the video is online. Let's see. Gwen Stefani released one of her first solo with Rich Girl. Came out.
Oh, nice.
During
with Eve.
Yep, right here at the. I think that one was towards the end, so I'm sure we're going to see that next week.
We'll definitely see it next week. That was a hot track, and that one gets. Was that with Eve?
I think so. Did she? I think there was or was that one of them that had a couple of? She had a couple during that period.
There was Hollaback Girl too, and I don't know.
Some of them, she had two different versions of a couple songs. One, they were basically the same.
Your Mind.
But then she had Let Me Blow Your Mind. I think I definitely had somebody with her, but she had a couple of versions of some songs where you had her with no one, and then she had someone come in with her.
Right.
Like they were trying to make sure they had all the bases covered. So we're going to do two versions of the song, and we're going to put them both out there and see which one sticks up against the wall.
Good tune though. What's next? Okay. Remember when we talked about the Madonna song "Nothing Fails"? That's kind of weak, you know. Mm-hmm. Well, George Michael had a song like that this year too, and the one he had was called "Amazing." It was off the same album. Well, I'll talk about that later. It was an album he came out with. I don't remember the name of the album, but anyway, he came out with this album, and it had like a hit on it that did pretty well. I'll talk about in a minute. And then there was this tune, "Amazing." It was a weak little song, like the Madonna song, weak, down tempo, a lot of acoustic guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Full Intention, who are like old school DJs, producers over in England, got a hold of this and just turned it into this beautiful, beautiful track. So it's Amazing, George Michael, the Full Intention remix. It's a wonderful song. And I'll tell you the song. I'll tell you how wonderful it is to me, how good I think it is. I was sitting around in my house one night, and I had the computer on, and I had BBC Radio 1 on, and they were doing a mix show. And we're talking about, I don't know, 10 o'clock, a little after 10 o'clock, right? And I hear this tune. I'm like, whoa, what is this?
Right.
So I have to wait for them to, go through a tune or two and tell me what I just heard.
Yep.
And they did. And I'm like, I look at the clock. It's 10:30. I'm 80 miles from downtown Chicago. I'm going to go buy it right now because Virgin Megastore is open until midnight. I drove to Chicago and I bought it. That's how much I like the tune. So.
That's dedication.
Yeah. Oh, that happened a lot. That, I knew where Virgin was. I knew it was open, and I knew they'd have it.
Mm-hmm.
It's Chicago. It's a major market. They're going to have stuff that I want. So that happened more than once. I hear, you know what? I have to go right now. I don't even have time to grab a co-pilot. I'm just going right now. And then I'll just listen to it all the way home on the CD player.
Mm-hmm. Funny.
Jason knows Stupidisco. He likes that song.
Oh, yeah, there we are.
A little bit of lag there in the chat room. Or me looking anyway.
Let's see. A song that won't hit the charts, but it's a personal favorite that I've used and a lot, and I've talked about it before, from Jem, Jem. The song is Maybe I'm Amazed, which is a remake of Paul McCartney.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit slower version of the song, very a beautiful version of it. If you are looking for a slow song where you want to be able to appeal to multiple generations, a beautiful female voice singing. The lyrics are the other from Paul McCartney, and it's just a nice, slow, romantic ballad.
You've mentioned it before, so I know that you do play that one.
Yep.
A couple of weeks ago, I talked about a song by the Ones called "Flawless."
Okay.
I really like this song a lot. It's a multiple samples. It's a sample from the Gary's Gang 12-inch show "Keep on Dancing." It's a sample from Romeo and Juliet Part 1, the long version, which is this crazy long disco track. A lot of disco scholars say that's like the best disco song ever. I personally am not a fan of it, but it had some cool grooves in it. And it's also a little sample from Tom Tom Club's Wordy Rapping Hood. They put it all together in an amazing way and created this tune called "Flawless" by the Ones. And I love this song. The longer the version I can get, the better. I like it that much. Just keep playing it. Well, George Michael liked it too. And he got a hold of it, and he sang a song on top of this instrumental, the Ones do, called "Flawless, Go to the City." That came out in 2004, and it's a great tune. So, "Flawless, Go to the City" by George Michael.
Cool. Let's see. We've got it looks like about 4 left here.
I got 3 left.
Just another song that I actually did play from Usher, "Caught Up," was on I just made a note on that, that existed. Let's see, "Bowling for Soup" in 1985 came out.
Oh, did it?
Came out in 2004, so I'm going to guess we're going to see it next year. Because it wasn't in this chart, so. And
I talked about that. We were talking about, what was the other band we were talking about last week? The same sort of, they all sound like Weird Al Yankovic kind of thing.
Yeah, bowling. Goodness gracious! If you wouldn't have brought
anyway,
that up.
This is what it reminded me of. It all kind of sounds the same.
Yeah, there was a band like Newfound Glory was in that time frame. Who was it last week? Oh, and I don't even have but anyway, yeah.
Right.
They
all kind of sound like Weird Al. I don't know why they do, but they do. But no, 1985 is hot. I mean, I haven't played it in a minute, but I played it for a long time. I mean, it was solid for a long time.
Yeah,
for definitely. A rock crowd, they dig it.
And again, the video on that particular one for the 40-something crowd, they would have gotten the humor of that video because there was a lot. It was the gal, Stacy's mom.
That's the one.
Yeah. Wayne. Fountains of Wayne.
Fountains of Wayne. Yep.
There we go.
Good Charlotte.
Oh, yeah. There, John. Thank you. And good Charlotte.
John's all over it. John's got this. I've seen this show. What's wrong with you guys? Are you high?
Yeah, exactly. What have you guys been doing since last week?
Passing the douchey? Come on. What's going on, guys? You've talked about this crap already.
You've been there, done that. Okay. What do you got?
Okay. This is the song that I told Jay Brennan about when I met him. And I gave him a copy. And every time that I spend any time with Jay Brennan, and I do this several times a year, he brings this up at least once. And I don't know if he's doing it to make fun of me or he likes it. I don't know which it is, but it's a cool tune. It's the sample is from Johnny Taylor. The tune's called "What About My Love." It's an old kind of almost a throwaway R&B tune from the early 80s. But this Lola's theme is by the Shapeshifters. It's a cool tune. I like it. And again, I don't know if Jay Brennan likes it or not. But
he's just messing with you.
And when he calls me on the phone, that's the ringtone I have assigned to him. I created a Lola's theme ringtone for Jay Brennan.
I listened to it a little bit ago. I couldn't tell you for sure because there's a little bit of a catchiness to it.
It's a hot ass tune.
Yeah.
And he has like this midnight lounge version of it. And he's got a long version. The long version is really cool. It's a cool tune, but yeah, Jay just really lays it on thick with that tune. Either I introduce him to his favorite song of all time, or he's taking the piss. I don't know which. And he's doing a really good job. He's been carrying it on for nearly 10 years now.
Oh, funny. So. Funny. Oh, okay. We got three more that are pretty much, well, two of them that are kind of staples in our DJ spinning that were released in 2004. I'll save the other two. There was this one you can still get away with and play. 1-2 Step from Ciara.
Yes.
Featuring Missy
Very
Elliott.
hot.
Very hot track that it was really popular. Every dance we did for that period of time, it was there for a number of years. And
anytime I play that casino, I almost have to play that tune. They insist on it. It's still hot. They want to hear it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just checking the chat. Okay. Yeah, good tune with that. So, okay, what do you got next?
Another club anthem for you by Ferry, Corsten. This is Rock Your Body Rock. This is a cool little song.
Yeah.
And there's a movie that came out, actually was released in 2005 called It's All Gone Pete Tong. And there's tons of music from that movie that I love. And a lot of it's not even on the soundtrack. I've dug and I've gotten all those tracks that I like from the movie. But it's an interesting film. If you've never seen it, John, or anyone out there, I highly recommend just go get the DVD or whatever on Amazon and get it used, or stream it if you can.
Yep.
It's funny. Have you seen it, John?
I don't think so.
You'd know it if you saw it.
Yeah.
Here's the premise of It's All Gone. Okay, first of all, are you familiar with Cockney slang at all?
No, that sounds like something I'd be offended by.
No, you would not be offended by it. Well, you'd be confused by it. Cockney is it's rhyming. It's rhyming slang.
Okay.
So like, I don't know, like if you would say, I don't know why you would say this, but people do. Toad and blister means sister, because blister and sister sound alike.
Okay.
Toad and blister, or baked beans are your jeans. It's like Michael Caine is Cockney. He's from South London and he's very Cockney.
Okay.
And sometimes he'll do the rhyme. You've heard people the rhyming words that they do over there.
Yeah.
That's Cockney. Okay. So a Cockney phrase is it's all gone Pete Tong, because wrong rhymes with Tong. And Pete Tong is a famous DJ. He now lives in America, but he was over there for years. And he was like the most famous DJ, but he was the worst famous DJ. Does that make sense? So the Cockney actually say it's all gone Pete Tong. If it's all gone wrong, they say it's all gone Pete Tong. So Pete Tong decides he's going to make a movie called It's All Gone Pete Tong, because he can take a joke. And the movie is about a DJ who goes deaf. It's a deaf DJ, and they make up this guy's name's Frankie Wild, and they tell this big story about him. It's kind of a comedy. It's kind of a very dark comedy.
Yeah, I would assume.
And it's got every like huge DJ in it that was huge 10 years ago. They're in the movie. They're in on the joke. The music from this movie is incredible. Just absolutely incredible. Do not watch this with your kids.
It's not children appropriate.
Warren Laurie, what she's going to be singing before you put it on. But yeah, the music in this film is incredible. And anybody I have over who's a DJ or whatever, you know, I used to have the big screen I'd drop, and we'd do like showings of It's All Gone Pete Tong. You just crank it up really loud. It was a lot of fun. But they play this song in the movie and they pitch it down. And it's so cool that way. You know, like they bring it down like 2.5% on the pitch. Don't do a key adjustment on it. Let everything drop. And it's even better. It's a great song as it stands. Again, the song we're talking about is Rock Your Body Rock by Ferry, Corsten. It's cool at a 2.5% pitch drop. It's cool as it is, or you can drop it. Good tune. So
there it is.
Rant over.
Cool. I'm just making my notes here so we can look.
I just want to say to Robin, she says, great soundtrack, tragic storyline. It's not real. It's not a real story. It's fake. It's supposed to be a comedy. So they joked about this for years, like the deaf DJ, you know. What would a deaf DJ sound like? So they wrote this story around it.
Yeah, around it.
I find it hilarious myself to watch it. But really, honestly, if I go back and I think about the movie, Even with my disability, I'm thinking, well, heck, if Frankie Wilde can do it, I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's a fictional character and not a real story. So.
Okay. One song was released in 2004, and the other one came to us through some music services in 2004. The one that was released was a country song from Big and Rich, "Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy."
Was that 2004?
That is what it was released when it was released to us.
Right.
Let's just check that out. Yeah, if I could spell right. I
don't doubt you. I just
there's a few things.
That's every week.
Yeah, 2004. Big and Rich was released in 2004.
Wow. Yeah, you got to have it.
Yeah, exactly. That one's still to this day. And then you had one left?
I got one left.
Okay, well, I'm going to do my last because mine is actually and I want to do. People have asked about music services and how they all work. And one of the things with music services is that they do a great job. Don't get me wrong, but occasionally there's a song that was released way ahead, and then we finally get it. And this is the case of this particular one from DJ Casper, Cha Cha Slide, hit on some of the music services in 2004.
Yes, and the version that hit on the music services was a different version than what we typically play.
Yep.
The version that hit was like, I call it the UK remix. It's fast. And it's cool to play that one sometimes, but it's not the R&B, whatever it was, late 1999, 2000 version that we're used to.
Yep, exactly. But it was just kind of interesting that it came across on two different services in 2004.
Well, it was remixed for Europe, and then it charted in Europe. So it bounced back to the States. That's how we got it. And I don't even know what the remix is. I always call it the UK remix.
I wonder if it will show.
That's how I have it tagged.
When it was
it was
released. It was released twice. It was released September of 2000 and April of 2004.
They are different versions, completely. I'd play them for you if I could.
UK was the Cha Cha Slide was released in 2004 in the UK. U.S. No, it doesn't give us exactly what year. What year it hit the U.S. charts, because it gives a
I don't think it ever charted over here.
Peak position was at 83 on the Hot 100. And,
what year?
That it's not saying.
Yeah.
It just gives a range. It was between 2001 and 2004. It's like, oh, that's really useless. Thank you for nothing.
Right. Thank you, Internet. Yeah, but I've done both, and the UK one is faster.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep, I know which one you're referring to.
So.
And then they have that additional. Now we're gonna keep going now because it's a great song, and if I make it longer, I'll make more money off revenue.
They get into it. No, I got nothing on your Denon piece. Sorry. They're here talking about gearheads. They're not music for a change, and they bring in gear questions.
We're still doing gear.
Damn kids. So the last one I have on my list is a personal favorite. I played it for John last week. I don't think he was impressed. But I love this tune. I love this tune. This is Tube and Berger. They're remixers. And they did a tune with Chrissie Hynde. Now, if you don't know who Chrissie Hynde is, she's the lead singer of the band The Pretenders. They were a punk band, and then they kind of became like a post-punk new wave band, rock band. Back on the Chain Gang, Brass in Pocket, I'll Stand By You. That's The Pretenders. They did a tune with her, and she's well into her 50s. The song is called Straight Ahead by Tube and Berger, featuring Chrissie Hynde. And I love this tune. This is such a fun song. And the video is hilarious. It's weird and goofy. It's a giant scuba man walking around London.
Messing up the town.
My kind of humor. But yeah, I just in love with this tune. So it's my number one from my alternate list of 2004.
Cool. That is our music show for tonight. We've gone through our lists. We checked them twice.
John's naughty, I'm nice.
Exactly.
That's true.
We talked a little bit about last Thursday with the passing of Prince, Brian and I did an afternoon session where we talked about some of his music, played some of his music, and then later that evening, Brian actually did a full 90-minute plus music show. And this is something, gang, we want to kind of throw this out to you guys a little bit more, is to see if that kind of music show where basically, Brian's there spinning some songs and talking about, some of the things behind that, if that would be something you guys would be interested in doing. Because there's ways we can do that. We just need to know.
Please keep in mind the show that I did was last minute.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we obviously none of us knew Thursday morning.
Zero prep. I was just playing stuff. Just kind of randomly playing things and throwing out factoids that I just knew. I wasn't researching anything. It wasn't a very polished show.
Yeah, it was basically, as you say, just kind of a last minute thing, and it was a time for a lot of us to just kind of process the news of the day. I think is probably with all of the things we did on Thursday, that was what they were all about. But you guys just kind of give us some feedback on that. If it was something you would like to see on a semi-regular basis, a time or two a month, to be able to play some of these things and have the music, because we can't do that on YouTube. Let me strike that. We can do it on YouTube, and you can only watch it live, because as soon as the show is over, it's automatically it's done. They will block it, so we've got to might as well delete it. And so that's what we do.
Look at things like Ustream and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. We can do the shows. We can stream it between Facebook Live, and we can stream it on YouTube, but you can only watch the live stream. And then after that, it'll be moved over to Vimeo, which the early show that we did, where Brian and I spent more time talking about Prince and playing just a few of his tracks, that show is actually on DJN TV. We have that up there, and it's on Vimeo, and you guys can listen. We had some issues with the sound quality. It was not the greatest thing, but I don't think any of us cared about the sound quality. It was more of the spending time together, because we had a big crowd for that.
Yeah.
We had a really big crowd, so... Anyway, so give us some feedback on that in the comments area. Let us know if you think you'd have interest in us doing a music
I'd love to do it. If you guys want me to do it, I'll do it.
Yeah, so let's share your thoughts on that. So
be happy to do it.
Looks like
you get something every time I go up, and it's going to be a surprise every time. But my radio shows, I usually do pretty polished radio shows. I'll know what I'm going to play. I'll program, half hour segments at a time, where it's all right in front of me. I know what order they're going to be in. I've put thought into it. I know what I'm going to say between the songs. I even do fun intros. I've even got a guy who does like really good voices and things that I can do little promos for it. So my shows are pretty polished.
Yeah. So I think it would be a lot of fun. So give us some feedback if you guys would like to see that. We can, looking at what we're going to be doing throughout the summertime as that comes along, because you got about 3 weeks of nice weather, and then all of a sudden it becomes so blasted hot and humid in the upper Midwest that then we don't go outside again for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get the yard work done and get some painting done, and then stay inside where the air conditioning is.
Yep, cool. So yeah, Howie, Robin, yeah, thanks for that, and just kind of again give us some thoughts and such. So cool. Well, Brian, I think we'll wrap it up. We've gotten to talk about our stuff. We've gotten to talk about our music, and again, gang, comments down below, because in a few minutes the right side's going to disappear and it doesn't show. It does show up, I guess, about 4 days later. Why? Okay. I don't understand why.
The process of video instantaneously takes 4 days to process. Yeah, exactly. 3 pages worth of text. I get it. Really, I do. YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. It makes perfect sense. So,
thank you everyone for watching, tuning in, especially you live show folks. It means a lot. Thank you so much for watching.
You bet, guys. Have a great week, and we'll catch you next Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Central. Good night.
DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool. The LD Systems Curve 500 is the world's first truly portable array system. With 2,400 watts of peak power and a 120-degree array, the Curve 500 is the ideal solution for DJs who care about their sound and presentation. Quality Kids Entertainment is sought after by parents and daycare centers everywhere. Bubble parties can easily be added to your existing services as a wonderful and unique event. Mention you saw this ad and get 10% off our special offer if you sign up before April 30th. So contact Bubble Parties today before this offer gets away. The PV Dark Matter Series power enclosures deliver best-in-class performance with custom settings for specific environments. The Dark Matter enclosures produce crystal clear, professional audio. PV Electronics, perfection in music and audio. Learn how to make money while you sleep with automated email marketing for your event or business. Get access to the training for free by going to profit911.biz/DJN. Profit 911. More customers, more cash, less stress.